small introduction, I just want to take you into the SAP screens actually.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So fine. Now you are able to see the desktop. My desktop you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Whenever you want to log in into the SAP, there was a SAP logon icon here in your desktop. Just try to click here, double click here. So these are the number of servers. This pop-up is called a logon pad. Okay.
Okay.
So here there will be number of servers. If you observe here, EHP3 is one server, EHP4 is another server, ECC6 is another server. Okay. So for you, there will be a user ID and password will be created. So take the user ID and password from the respective management people. You can take it from Raj very soon. So what you need to do after getting the user ID and password, click on logon. Select the server first and click on logon. Here there is icon logon is there. Here click on the logon. So this is the SAP initial screen. Has anybody already seen this SAP initial screen, or you are new to SAP?
I have
New to
already.
SAP.
Okay, somebody has already seen. Fine, good. And one, Vinod, have you ever gone through it? Okay, fine. So Aditya, so you
Yes,
have
sir.
already seen this. You have already
No,
seen this screen, right? No. Then
no, sir.
Hambu.
Yeah, I have already
Okay,
seen
fine,
this.
fine, fine.
Okay.
See, that means whenever you are trying to log in into the SAP, you need to mention the four parameters here in the initial screen. The first parameter is the client.
Okay.
Yep. Second one is the user, password, and language. User will be given to you. Everybody, individual user IDs will be given. For example, my user ID, I will log in with user 115. My user ID is user 115.
Okay.
And there will be a password. Yeah, the password also will be given to you. You can type the password, and in the third place you need to give the language. Okay. SAP supports around 29 languages including English, German, Italian, Spain, Portuguese, France, so on and so forth. So there are 29 languages are there which SAP supports. Okay.
Any Indian languages?
Indian languages no, only English.
Okay.
Basically SAP is a German tool which was invented in German. Okay.
Okay.
So the SAP will not support any local Indian languages, but it will support many of the other country specific languages.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what is the advantage of these languages? Is say for example tomorrow if you develop one program or tomorrow if you develop one application, then if you log in German language, that will appear to you in a German language. If you log in a Italian language, the same screen will appear to you in Italian language. So that is the advantage. Fine. So what I will do is I will give my language here English. So what and all you need to specify here. First one is a client, second one is a user, third one is a password, and fourth one is a language. So four parameters you need to specify. Then click on enter. Yeah. And the question here is what is a client? Any idea?
No.
Yeah. So do you know what is a client server architecture?
Yes.
Server and client. Any idea? Yeah. So what is a client is? Client basically shares the server details. Okay. So what will happen? SAP will recommend you to have three servers. So just put a side heading system landscape. System landscape of SAP. So you can just make a note that SAP will recommend you to have three servers. First server is called a development server.
Okay.
Second server is called quality. And third server is called production server. Say for example, if you take this, This server is development server.
Production.
So there SAP recommend you to have 3 servers. So first, every server will be connected to the clients. Say for example, now a server is located for us in US. Now in Jayanagar also we are able to access the server. In Bashwashnagar also you can able to access the same server. Okay. So that is the advantage of server client architecture. But the server is placed in some different locations. So you can access the system details through clients. Okay. So basically in the client, in the SAP initial screen, you have entered that client number. So through which client you are accessing the data. Yeah. Okay. So now, whenever you develop a report, say for example, you have developed a report, the report name is some ABC or XYZ. So this report you have developed, this program you have developed in a development server. So the basic assumption is this development server is only meant for creating and developing the programs. Functional people, that means we can classify SAP into 2 categories like functional and technical.
Yes.
So there could be 2 guys which were handling the SAP throughout, the functional guys and technical guys. Functional guys mainly deal in terms of business. They understand the business very well, and the technical guys, what they need to do is they need to convert the functional requirement into the technical requirement, and they need to develop some applications. That is as an ABAPer, that is our responsibility. Okay. So we need to create some programs, we need to create some applications basically. So that is our responsibility. So now if you create a program, assume that the program name is XYZ. So your development will be carried out in a development server. Once your development is over, then your program will be moved to quality server.
Okay.
Okay. In the quality server, they will test the program, whether your program is working fine or not. Quality server has the same data as that of the production server. Production server is a server which customer will use for his business. It's a actual system. Production system means actual business system. Okay.
Yes.
So development server is for developing a program. Quality is for testing the program. Production is to do business on your program. Okay. So in a development server, one can develop the programs. In quality server, after developing the program will be moved to quality, and if the quality everything is okay, then the program will be moved to production. So this is the scenario, a real-time scenario. So now here, what we have done, we have entered into the SAP initial screen. So assume that this is the development environment, because you are learning here. Most of the times we will develop it, we will test it here itself. So we will not enter into this scenario because we don't have that means actually we don't have a requirement to move it to quality and production because we are learning here. So but how to move, that and all I will tell you, how to move the program or how to move your application from development to quality, that I will tell you. Fine. So now let us come back to our SAP